Why, I see Master Zigzags has upgraded from his shabby little hut at the edge of the hour, from the fairy dimension to the, space-time weaver hunter imp one. What do you call this place again? Ha! Is that so? It seems I have my share to learn about the magical world yet. The end of time. Well, suddenly your association with Master Zigzags makes sense. Well, I must say, it's no small relief to find myself in a safe haven among such allies. I believe the answer to that begins centuries ago, when your order was still cutting down so-called dark magicians by the dozens. Ours was a family of born sorcerers, you see. It was in our blood to interact with Source, but our parents were determined to curb the power within us. Still, their meekness wouldn't save them from the Source Hunters. I am, but there is more to our kind than they teach at your academy. Source isn't only blood and madness. It's like lightning, an exquisite current of great power. We sorcerers are like metal steeples. Source is drawn to us and it flows through us. But what so many fail to understand is that Source can be controlled. The power-drunk through history have abused it, and all the world's sorcerers have borne terrible consequences. Tell me, Source Hunter, in all your hours studying the arcane arts, did your great masters ever suggest that perhaps not all sorcerers were evil? Did you ever hear, even once, that some of us were weak and gentle? That we could be simple forest folk healing the sick and frozen each winter? No. I doubt also that they'd mention that one day this hunt of yours would birth a broken soul powerful enough to inch all of Rivellon toward oblivion. No, that would be going too far and eschewing my own responsibility. I believe Leandra's long fall down did begin at the hands of some of your own order. But it was I who sparked all of this. They came on a quiet morning. My mother was wild with fright and commanded me to hide myself and Leandra outside, among the trees. Even at that young age, we knew not to question her. We climbed high into the branches of a nearby tree, and before we could look away, our parents were cut down without ceremony before our door. The Source Hunters sauntered away, wiping their blades with pride. 2 more sorcerers dead, a job well done. From that moment on, everything was different. As we trembled in that tree, our fear and our desperation were so potent that the magic within us began to weave together. Our souls became forged together, our bond unbreakable. We would survive, thrive even, within those woods, never speaking to outsiders. Our soul forge meant that if one of us were to die, the other would instantly perish too. We kept one another close. Leandra's capacity was enormous. Source didn't frighten her, and she delved into that dark well with terrible regularity. I did my best to guide her, but she fast outgrew my admonitions. My sister and I were mired in a solitary existence, witches among the trees when Zandalore came. Leandra especially couldn't leave him be. He was a feast of information, and she wouldn't rest until she'd absorbed every bit of knowledge he offered. Their days were spent on charms, hexes, and the like. At night, Leandra would wander off to practice what she'd learned, and Zandalore and I would settle into our quiet tasks, side by side. We were a content trio, the three of us, but base impulse would undo us. As you know, Leandra and I were soul-forged. This offered us a window into one another's souls. I knew Leandra had developed feelings for Zandalore, and she knew I had too. But it was me to whom he confessed his love. Those quiet evenings together had captured his heart, as they had mine. Her heart broke the moment we announced our new attachment, and I felt the pain of it as sharply as a knife. She fled, without a word, and I didn't see her for 2 terrible years. My connection to her, our soul forge, grew weaker. It was as though some third entity, a parasite, were atop our souls, sucking the strength from it day by day.
What's next? Что есть следующий?
We've a single order of business first and foremost. Leandra is gathering an army, and I fear we'll have to get through it if we wish to find her. But first, we must learn more about Leandra's plans. How many of these so-called immaculates does she have in her palm, and to what end is she directing them? Your journey must begin in the Lacula mines, where she has been accumulating materials and manpower for a purpose as yet unknown. The way will be dangerous. Her allies are growing more powerful and numerous by the minute, but we must discover exactly what Leandra is planning and why. A soul forge comes with its own benefits, Source Hunter. Though our connection has weakened, I still see the occasional vision of Leandra's doings, the pangs of her deepest felt emotions, and flashes of her triumphs. One vision. I had thought it was only a nightmare, but now I see it was something much worse. Leandra is collecting materials, precisely what, I cannot say, and is hard at work shaping them into something sinister. Her frustrations are rivaled only by her mirth. I can see she's growing closer and closer to achieving something dire. You must make your way deep into the mines to see exactly what she's planning. I believe that our soul forge has been damaged. By what? I can only guess. The fraying of the bond between us has left Leandra adrift in a well of sorrow she truly believes will never end. What she needs is a hand, my hand, out of this abyss. If our soul forge is repaired, I am certain she'll cease blazing this path of destruction. I cannot condone the terrible things she's done, but I can seek to understand them. With our soul forge in such tatters, I believe Leandra is adrift in the not at all inconsiderable sorrows of our lives. What's more, I sense a terrible force bearing down upon the bond between us. It is hungry, and it consumes ever more of Leandra's mind and soul. I cannot say exactly what this force might be, but I'm certain it's both driving me out and driving Leandra on. If I could only repair the forge, I'm certain she'd put a stop to this madness. The way may be treacherous, but you must get inside. I fear my sister is doing something dreadful so far from the light of day.
Dobrze. Episod. Hoćemo da prodamo stvari i da uzmemo nešto što smatram da bi vredilo. Ovo je možda imamo neke zanimljive stvari, a i puno nas voli, tako da će nam dati dobru cenu za šta god da damo. Zaboravio sam na onog kostorskog mage'a i na Tarola. Nešto mi govori da Tarol
Captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride.
nema što da prodati.
No, it ain't.
Možda
He
možemo
drove
da
it
ga
straight to the pub and back.
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicile?
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub and back.
Pre nego što prodam bilo što.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the lizard councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving
Zaboravio
nature.
sam da popravim neke stvari kod ovog.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the lizard councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub and back.
Ajde, kurac.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the lizard councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub and back.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the lizard councillor's wife.
Is that why we never sail to Yuthel Gore anymore?
Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
I wouldn't let an orc within 500 yards of my loving nature.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feddle's carriage for a joyride?
Ha! Knowing him, he drove it straight to the pub and back.
Nije.
Oh, and don't forget... Speaking of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orky charm loves him.
Da li ovaj još tu? Ajmo. Molim baš ne može. ih napadam.
Yes, good friend. I'm quite busy finding for the moment, but if there's something you'd like to buy, I could set all that aside for a few delicious moments.
Sad. Ovo je štit, jel tako? Ovdje imam negdje oko 10.000 da uzmem, jel tako?
good friend. Good.
Goodbye. Ovdje negdje nije trebalo da prođe onaj...
Move it, you idiot beast, or I'll rip the flesh from your hide.
Oh! Oh my, oh my, oh my. You can speak! Oh dear. Oh gracious. Oh, Ralphie, Ralphie, Ralphie. This is your luckiest day of days. Psst! Friend, you must help me. Oh goodness. Oh dear, I beg you. This goblin you see before me, my so-called master, is a cruel and ruthless beast. This may be my only chance to seek help, so I won't waste a moment. Friend, if you have a shred of decency in your bones, you must kill this goblin. Please, I must be free. And if you'll help me, I'll help you. I know all there is to know about the goblins of Luculla, and I know their greatest weakness too. A secret I'll happily share once I'm free from this goblin's claws. Please, kill the brute.
Quick save.
Move it, you idiot beast, or I'll rip the flesh from your hide.
Ajde da kažemo da ćemo ga osloboditi.
The savage! We'd be honored to free you from this goblin's tyranny.
Or I'll rip the flesh from your hide.
Cruelty befits the cruel, I say. Let's lay the fiend low.
Ovaj goblin ima...
A thousand thanks to you, friend. Start with his eyes, I say.
Out of the way, human scum! Your stink is making my eyes sting!
Okej, plus skoro pa jedan movement i to će ići na bridge dodge. Okay, make.
Goddess's greetings, traveller, and blood's blessings.
Okay, znači, hoće da ubijem goblin. Sad ću da se upoznam sa Alfijem.
So good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome.
Armor. Tebi sam već... Ne sjećam se da sam ti prodao sve ovo. Ne, to ne ti ne leave.
Thanks to you, friend. Start with his eyes, I say. My champion, my healer and protector. How delightful it is to see you again.
Okej, ti imaš ovo leba.
Our little adventure hasn't changed them all that much, I think. We're still caught. Oh, I'm doing dang. A thousand thanks. So, you're Alfie, are you? Oh, I've heard about you. Oh? What have you heard? That you let a puny bandit with a knife disgrace our entire race is all this coming from a goblin's beast of burden. Do you have to hang around here with that look on your face? Oh, come off it. Oh, what look do you mean? That I just caught a whiff of goblin offal stew scrunched up look.
Sad razmišljam da uzmem sve što ima piercing na sebi I da napadnem ovog.
Do you smell blood? Or is it just me? That's Silverglen for you. Always a vague whiff of death about. Do you smell blood? Or is it just me? That's Silverglen for you. Always a vague whiff of death about.
Mislim da to čak nisam ni otključao, da je najbliže. Možda krenem direktno tamo.
Huh. A fine way to make friends indeed.
Vama ću pauzirati dok ne stignem do tamo. Nastavit ćemo ako se desi nešto uzbudljivo, ali do tamo ništa. Okej. Tamo sam htio da kažem, zanimljivo, Rodrik nije dobio ovaj slovnost, ali dobio je i on slovnost. Samo je trebalo duže nego... Sad, da li idemo do kraljice Boguma? Pa je ovdje negdje. Ili da probamo. Ne, ovdje sam rekao ne možemo jer...
Coming to Frederic's aid. He's been attacked, turned upon by his imp slave, cast down this hillside like an aged parent of a cragged sea cliff, left to be devoured by arachnid monstrosities. Who Frederick is unimportant. He is naught but a cog in the machinery of the greater good. But since you asked, since you cannot bear to remain unknowing of this person, Frederick will tell you this. He is a devotee to the goddess, to the Church of the Immaculate, to liberty, destiny, justice, and beauty, to scholasticism, mysticism, aphorism, nepotism, neologism, disestablishmentarianism, and the undead right to life. Don't look so surprised. Imps have a long history of compulsory service to the superior races of Rivellon. Frederick would be a fool to refuse the services of the realm's finest bloodstone-sniffing beast on moralistic grounds, no matter how humane or well-reasoned. Frederick finds himself wary of it, to be quite honest. A valuable artifact, precious like the silence in a house newly emptied of a visiting mother-in-law. It is able to heal even the gravest wounds, and it is a key component of the Immaculate Faith. Frederick had hoped to retrieve the Shan and be welcomed into the Immaculate Fold with open arms befitting his value. But now he'll need it to heal the broken leg he suffered at the hands of that wretched imp. It is told the shard belonged to the wizard Maradino, whose secret lair the perceptive traveler can find atop the very cliff that stands behind Frederick. Frederick may be over-eager, like her grandfather slavering over his supper several hours before the fall of evening, but if you could retrieve the stone along with the criminal imp who left him here to die, Frederick would regard you with the highest esteem.
Ipak ću da probam da ubijem Pavka još jednom. To je onda to.
Heard any good tales, my friend? This death.
Glorified ground. Sanctified.
welcome you. Can't catch me!
A stitch in time, eh, my friends? She's evil from my blood. Flashfire!
Your demise!
Nadam se da ste uživali, mi ćemo nastaviti u sljedećoj epizodi, a do tada, ćao!